Dr. Agyekum, I mean, I'm sure you must have listened to the suspended CJ or even read what she said. For me, it creates a picture of a broken judicial system. But if indeed it is, this is a system she superintended over. So is she a victim of that broken system?
It's quite unfortunate what we are experiencing. And I'll begin from the closing remarks of our senior on the table. The fact that certain utterances were made when the ruling government was in opposition. The fact that certain statements were made to the effect that NDC lawyers should start considering, taking appointments in the courts, seeking to say that we need our people on the bench. Why would a political party even make such statements? Clearly shows that political parties would now have to parade or infiltrate the judiciary to suit them or to help them deliver, judgments when they believe it's in their favor. Otherwise, the law courts is a matter of records, is a matter of, legal arguments that need to be made. And if a case has merit, a judge would appropriately, rule. It's the last institution of hope. Clearly, politicians are elected to go to parliament. So there's some form of jostling here and there, competition here and there to get to parliament. The executive would have to campaign, as a political party, go into a full general election to be elected to become an executive. But the judiciary, aside appointments that are made to senior courts by the executive, it's, in quotes, an order of merit. If a judge deserves to be at the high court, if a judge deserves to be at the appeals court or the superior court, is a matter of merit. And when you are sent or you are put on any level of the judiciary or the bench, you are expected to work within the remit and the confines of the law. So when our strength fails us, we are told God will be there for us. So when Parliament fails us, when executive fails us, our last hope, our last resort should be the judiciary. So when you hear political actors and political parties actually preaching and encouraging their legal brains to take up positions at the bench, then clearly you can sense what, is the psyche of that political party. And that's exactly what we are seeing being played out, after the NDC took over.
Can same be said when the opposition party rises to defend a suspended CJ?
That's where we have a little difficulty. No one is rising to defend a suspended CJ.
We've seen the minority actually
we are making press conferences. We are having our opinions based on the procedures that are being held and the appropriateness, the rights, respect to people's rights, and whether or not we believe that people's rights are infringed upon. We talk of, the CJ coming out and having a public press conference. But we forgot that this particular trial was a public trial, more than a legal trial. Before she got hold of the petitions, it was already out there.
Really?
Political actors were speaking to the petitions and giving their own interpretations.
She's also being accused of leaking.
At a point, I thought indeed she had used state funds for a personal benefit. Because it was through political actors that we got to know that part of the petition was that she has used state funds, bought business class tickets, and paid her husband and her daughter to go on a vacation. So anyone hearing such twist would definitely try to, his or her judgment is going to be swayed and questions will be asked. But those that came with such allegations or those petitions, even at the time she had not received those petitions, we failed to tell us that she was entitled to a legal vacation or a private vacation for which she had the opportunity to send either of her relatives outside. And whatever the cost is borne or catered for by the state. But there were a lot of twists. Even before she received it, people were already speaking to it. Press conferences, political commentators and all that were speaking to it already. So it became a public trial more than a legal trial. And the AG goes to court and speaks of appropriateness of her new, action at the High Court and whether or not, he can or will be invited to make cases for himself and whatnot, and it's already been dealt with, or the matters already before the Superior Court of Adjudicature. So therefore, you shouldn't. So it speaks to propriety and appropriateness of legal processes. But have we been appropriate? Have we been, sensitive to the person in question? For example, what constituted a prima facie case? When the committee sat, the proceedings and decisions that were made for which the president was advised to say that, yes, there's a case to be answered. So therefore, a committee is going to be set up. She doesn't have records of those proceedings. Are we being fair to her? The rule to natural justice, is it being applied here?
That's one of the issues she raised.
So clearly, it is not a matter of the MPP or the opposition defending the suspended CJ. It's a matter of every well-meaning Ghanaian speaking to the appropriateness and the right to legal representation in its full force. Is the MPP behind the Ghana Bar Association? Clearly not. An independent legal brain that come together to have their say on national issues. What is the Ghana Bar Association saying? If they believe that the processes are right, if they believe that the processes are within the confines of the law, would you think they'll come out to come and make, in quotes, biased or ignorant statement to the effect that what is being done to the judiciary, for that matter, the Chief Justice, is an affront on our judicial system, and it set a bad precedent for the future. The fact that a government of the day does not agree with you means let's find means to get you out of the system. Is that what we are practicing as a country? It's not the MPP defending anyone. It's the MPP speaking to what is right. It's the MPP lending our voices to what we believe is within the dictates of our Constitution. No one is making any argument outside of Constitution. No one is making argument outside the rule of natural justice. If I don't know what constituted the reason why there's a committee interrogating me, how can I even defend myself? And I don't have right to ask questions. I don't have right to make requests for those things to be done to me. If a particular place is being used at any point in time at all within the legal process, that's already been activated. And I feel it has some historical, emotional precedence to it. And I'm subjected to relive those moments, those traumas. Can't I speak about it? So clearly, what has been said is what is playing out here within the processes. And the Imam at the celebrations yesterday rightly made it clear.
Yeah, the Shia Imam.
Yes, that we made a lot of statements that the MPP then was packing the judiciary and we needed to cap the judiciary. How many of those that we believed were too many are on retirement today? Aside the Chief Justice who is suspended, we still have full complement of those that we believed were too many at the bench, yet we come to power. And in less than 3 months...
A few of them will be leaving in the next few months.
Until then, we come to power, and within 6 months, we've added 7. So that's what the Imam was asking and was drawing the president's attention to yesterday. Are we walking the talk, or we are talking the walk? So clearly, it's not the MPP doing anything amorphous to defend the injustice. Rather, we believe in accountability. We believe that if anyone has anything to answer to the state, the person should answer. But within or without our party, we will speak to what is right. Within or without our party, we will defend people's rights. Remember our motto, development in freedom, which is born out of the spirit and soul of the Constitution. So if it's been done to the CJ today, and we all keep quiet, tomorrow, if it's been done to any of us, can we get the moral right to get up and speak against whatever process that is being meted out to anyone? So it's a matter of respecting people's rights. It's a matter of doing right by the people. It's a matter of going according to the Constitution, not hide behind the Constitution to perpetuate our political agenda and contradict all that we stood for or believed in when we're in opposition.
Very well.